Hi everyone, and welcome back to English Elevator. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Liza. Today we're talking about one of the most interesting topics in English, describing personalities.
That's right. We all have different personalities, and being able to describe them in English helps you make friends, talk about people, and even introduce yourself more clearly.
In today's episode, we'll explore words, expressions, examples, and even role plays, so stay with us until the end.
Let's start with some basic adjectives. For example, kind, friendly, helpful, shy, funny, serious.
Right. Andrew, if I describe you, I'd say you're friendly and funny.
Thanks, Liza. And you are definitely kind and hardworking.
See? Using adjectives is the simplest way to describe personalities. Andrew, let's focus on positive traits. For example, generous, optimistic, honest, confident, creative.
Yes. I'll make a sentence. My best friend is very generous. He always shares his lunch with me.
Good one. Another example, like, she is optimistic. She always believes tomorrow will be better.
Of course, not everyone is perfect. We also need words for negative traits: selfish, lazy, rude, arrogant, stubborn.
Example, he is lazy. He never helps with the housework.
Or, my classmate is a bit arrogant. He thinks he is the best at everything.
Sometimes people have both good and bad sides. For example, Lindsay, she is friendly but sometimes stubborn.
Exactly. People are not just one thing. We can mix adjectives to show complexity. So let's talk about social personality types. One of the most common ways to describe people is by saying they are extroverts or introverts.
Right. An extrovert is someone who enjoys being around people. They feel energized when they talk, laugh, and socialize with others.
For example, extroverts love parties, group activities, or even working in teams. They like sharing their thoughts and usually don't feel shy about speaking in front of others.
On the other hand, an introvert prefers quiet time. They enjoy activities like reading, writing, or listening to music. Introverts often feel tired after being in a big group for too long.
Exactly. For instance, I would say, I'm more of an introvert. I like staying home with a good book or watching a movie.
And I'm more of an extrovert. I love parties, traveling with friends, and meeting new people. Being around others gives me energy.
But here's something important. Being an introvert doesn't mean you don't like people, and being an extrovert doesn't mean you don't enjoy quiet moments. It's more about where you get your energy.
That's a great point. Introverts usually recharge when they're alone, and extroverts recharge when they're with people.
Let's give some useful English phrases for describing yourself. I'm a people person.
Means you're extroverted.
I'm more reserved.
Means you're quiet, like an introvert.
I enjoy my own company.
Also describes an introvert.
I get energy from socializing.
That's extrovert. Nice. And sometimes people are ambiverts, a mix of both. For example, they like parties, but they also enjoy quiet weekends at home.
Yes. For example, I think I'm an ambivert. I enjoy going out with friends, but I also need some time alone to relax.
So listeners, think about yourselves. Are you more extroverted, introverted, or somewhere in between?
Let's do a quick role play.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm kind of shy at first, but I'm very loyal as a friend.
Nice to meet you. I'm Liza. I'm talkative and optimistic. I like making new friends.
See? That's how we describe ourselves when meeting new people.
Some people have strong personalities. They are confident, brave, and decisive.
Others have soft personalities. They may be quiet, gentle, or sensitive.
Example, my teacher has a strong personality. Everyone respects her.
Let's practice describing friends.
Okay, my best friend is funny, helpful, and sometimes a little forgetful.
My brother is smart and hardworking, but he can be stubborn too.
Now that we've learned different personality traits, let's practice some common phrases people use in everyday life. Instead of only saying he is kind, you can try more natural expressions. For example, she has a great personality. He is fun to be around. She is the life of the party. These phrases make your English sound more natural.
That's right. And notice, when people use these expressions, they often describe the effect a person has on others. For example, if you say he is fun to be around, you are not only talking about him, you're saying that everyone enjoys spending time with him.
Exactly. And She is the life of the party means she brings energy and excitement. Maybe she makes everyone laugh, dances, tells jokes, or just makes the party more fun.
Now let's also look at some negative phrases, because not all personalities are easy to deal with. You might hear, he is difficult to deal with, she can be a little bossy, he is not very reliable.
Difficult to deal with means it's not easy to work with that person. Maybe they complain too much or argue often.
And she can be a little bossy. That doesn't always mean bad, but it suggests she likes to tell people what to do, maybe even when it's not necessary.
And not very reliable means you cannot trust that person to do what they promise. For example, if you ask him to meet you at 5 o'clock, maybe he arrives at 6 o'clock, or he forgets completely.
Let's practice. Liza, can you describe me using one of these phrases?
Okay. Andrew is fun to be around. Because you always make me laugh during our podcast recordings.
That's nice. And for Liza, I would say she has a great personality, because you're friendly, patient, and always supportive.
Thank you. And listeners, here's your practice. Think about one friend or family member. Can you describe them using one of these phrases? Maybe your brother is the life of the party, or maybe your best friend is not very reliable.
Try to make 3 sentences, 1 positive, 1 negative, and 1 neutral. That's your speaking practice for today.
Remember, using these phrases will make your English sound more natural and fluent, not just like a dictionary.
Great job, everyone. Let's keep learning. Role play time again.
I'll be the interviewer. Can you describe your personality?
Yes, I am responsible, creative, and good at teamwork.
Perfect. That's how to use personality adjectives in real life.
Wow, we covered so much today: positive traits, negative traits, introverts, extroverts, idioms, and role plays.
Remember, describing personalities helps you in conversations, friendships, and even in job interviews.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode of English Elevator.
Don't forget to subscribe, share, and keep practicing your English every day.
See you next time.